What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video, and we have a bombastic huge topic for you guys. Would you like to have James Maddison as a new Liverpool player in the summer? Because many English newspapers are saying that Liverpool are getting more and more interested in James Maddison because the Leicester City goal-scoring midfielder and England international has only 1 year left on his contract after this season finishes, and Leicester are, in mid-table, even flirting with relegation, so they are a really struggling side, and I think this would be the time for Leicester to sell Maddison, because if they don't, then they will lose him for absolutely nothing, and I don't see Maddison staying at Leicester City and getting signing a new contract, because why would he? He's an England international, he wants to play European football, he wants to play in the Champions League and in the Europa League. He probably, after signing from Norwich, stayed at Leicester because there was a lot of promise, and also Leicester were on the up. They won the FA Cup 2 or 3 years ago under Brendan Rodgers, so they qualified for Europe. They had a great European run. But since then, this season, they have really struggled. And according to some news outlets, Liverpool have an active interest in the Leicester City playmaker. And by the way, in this video, we will take a deep look at James Maddison and what he could bring to Liverpool and what his career has been like, what are his goal scoring numbers, how many assists does he get, how would he fit into the Liverpool playing style. So if you enjoy these videos, make sure to leave a like and check out the links in the video's description. I have 2 FIFA channels. One is where I upload the highlights of the games that we played with our friends, with the live commentary. They are hilarious, so make sure to check it out. The channel's name is Tom FIFA Gamer, so make sure to subscribe to that. And James Maddison is only 26 years old, so he's in the prime of his career. He still has a good 4 or 5 years ahead of him, and he is in no rush to sign a new contract at Leicester City. And the report added that Liverpool are monitoring James Maddison's situation, and they are expected to be in the mix for his signature if he doesn't sign a contract extension with Leicester. Leicester aren't hesitant to cash in on the England international this summer if they believe a new contract is unfeasible. And I mean, if you were James Maddison, would you sign a new contract at Leicester, or would you go to a club like Liverpool? It's a no-brainer, I think. And also James Maddison probably would command a really good transfer fee now that he has 1 year left on his contract. Not crazy 80 or 70 million, but 40, 50 million for James Maddison would be, I think, a really, really good price. And even Brendan Rodgers previously said that James Maddison is a little bit like Philippe Coutinho. He's a really tricky player who can score goals, get assists. He's really good at dribbling. And I mean, this season, he already has 9 goals and 5 assists in just 20 appearances. All of them came in the Premier League. But I think so far last season was his best season, and on the back of it, he has been called up to the World Cup squad. It's a shame that he was nursing an injury, so he couldn't really play a lot of games for England during the World Cup. But last season, in 53 games, he scored 18 goals and got 12 assists. So 30 goal contributions in 53 games for a mid-table side like Leicester City. I don't want to disrespect them because they are a really, really good club, but they are not part of the top 6, of course. And for Maddison to play 53 games shows that he's not really injury prone. The previous season, so 2 seasons ago, 42 games, 11 goals. Previous season, 38 games, 9 goals. Previous season, 38 games, 7 goals. So these are all Premier League seasons. He pretty much took part in all of Leicester City's Premier League campaign. He missed 5 to 10 games with injuries, so I think James Maddison would be a terrific signing for Liverpool. And also he came through the Coventry City Academy, or at least that's where he made his professional debut. James Maddison has an average rating of 7.3 in the Premier League according to WhoScored.com, and he has shots per game, 3 shots per game, key passes, 2.3 key passes per game, 0.8 dribbles per game, and he's also getting fouled 2.3 times per 90 minutes. So I think James Maddison's numbers are really, really impressive, and I would love for Liverpool Liverpool to sign him. And he's a big game player. For example, when Leicester beat Tottenham 4-1, he scored and got an assist. And also when Leicester beat Aston Villa 4-2, he got a goal as well. And I think Liverpool have to be very, very smart with their transfers. And for example, Ndika, who is playing for Frankfurt, he's a centre-back whose contract is expiring at the end of the season. I would love Liverpool to get these type of free agents who are still young with a lot of potential. We got Joel Matip on a free transfer from Schalke in similar circumstances. And Ndika, I think, is a really, really good centre-back. He scored a brilliant goal on the weekend for Frankfurt in Frankfurt's 2-2 draw with Wolfsburg. I just watched the Bundesliga highlights of that game, and he was really, really impressive during the whole season, and not just this season but last season as well, when Frankfurt won the Europa League and qualified themselves for the Champions League. So I think Liverpool should do these kind of transfers so we have money to spend on the likes of Jude Bellingham, and either James Maddison or Mason Mount would be a terrific signing. For example, Mason Mount only has 1 year left on his contract. Stan Collymore said, "I've been told by two very reliable players, one of which being a person who knows Mason Mount personally, that his rumored move to Liverpool this summer is very much on." So I think Liverpool are keeping multiple irons in the fire, if you like. And I think Bellingham, Guardiola and either Mason Mount or James Maddison would be almost the perfect transfer window. But I would also love to get somebody like Declan Rice, or maybe a cheaper alternative, a defensive midfielder like backup for Fabinho. Yes, Bajcetic is great, but we can't really expect him to deliver world-class performances week in, week out. You have to factor in that Henderson and Fabinho, they might not have a lot of energy left in the tank after a grueling 4 or 5 seasons under Jurgen Klopp's heavy metal football. And football correspondent Jack Talbot wrote this on Twitter: Liverpool FC have a budget for Jude Bellingham. Overall, they will have about £200 million for the summer, and then you can account for player sales. Kelleher, Matip, Nat Phillips, who is currently being watched by Hertha Berlin, will all leave Liverpool, and that could generate another 50 million, potentially, of those 3 or 4 players, plus the wages that we save on the likes of Naby Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain, James Milner, and other players who have their contracts expiring. So I really, really hope that Liverpool get as much money from the owners as possible. Plus, if we sell a few players, then Liverpool will be able to really strengthen in the summer transfer window. Let me know, who would you prefer, James Maddison or Mason Mount as the attacking midfielder in the Liverpool side next season? Leave your comments, leave your thoughts down below. And thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.